Ta-da! It is here. All right, guys, it just came in the mail. Let's start that quick unboxing here. Away. Nice knife, by the way. Let's see. Looks like we got some paperwork. All right, let me get that out of the box. All right, here we go. This is gonna be weird, but it actually smells good for some reason. Like new car sort of smell, kind of. I don't know. Oh yeah, the best part. No! Oh my god, I messed that up. Oh Jesus. I'll have to. I was gonna pull that off. No problem. Power. I should probably read the instructions before I just start. Oh, I'm literally just clicking buttons. All right, maybe I need to plug it in. There we go. Got it plugged in, 60%, and I'm just gonna leave it. And when I come back this evening, we will start playing around with this thing. This is the Anker Solix C2000 Gen 2. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Julio and I am just a regular remote worker that loves to watch overlanding videos, car camping videos, and I finally decided to give it a shot myself. I have no experience in this and I'm bringing you along from the very beginning as I'm building out everything I think I need, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of mistakes, but there might be some cool stuff that happens along the way. All right, so I just got the Anker Solix in the mail yesterday. This is not going to be a full review of the Anker because I really have no experience with it. It's been sitting on the floor. I plugged it in a couple of times, you know, just to play with it, but I haven't used it. I will be using it tomorrow though. So I just wanted to show you really what the core of my mobile office consists of. I need to have internet connection, so I now have a Starlink Mini. I have my MacBook Pro and something to power them up with that is reliable. Essentially, I could go car camping now with just this setup. From the research I've done, the Anker Solix C2000 Gen 2 is more than enough power needed so that the Starlink Mini has enough power for 1 8-hour workday, meaning I could leave like on a Friday or come back on a Monday after work. I think that's been extremely conservative. I'm sure that it could power that for probably 2 days, no problem. And of course, I would have to at least recharge my MacBook, I don't know, maybe twice at least. I don't think that will be a huge concern. Of course, I need to charge my phone. The reason I got the C2000 over the C1000 was because I wanted that assurance that I will have the power, and I want something that can grow with me. Right now, I'm going to start off very small. Like I said, maybe just 1 day out of the work week to give myself a long camping weekend. But I'm sure that I will quickly want to start expanding that out and eventually go a week somewhere where I can just work from some beautiful location. Again, this is not going to be a full review of this power bank, so I just want to show you a couple of things really quick. I'm still trying to familiarize myself with it. So to power this on, you hold it for 3 seconds and you'll see the screen come on. It's currently at 100%. When I got it in the mail, it had 60% and it charged up pretty quick. If you want to use the plugs down here, there's a button that you press right here and you'll see that light come on. If I wanted to use the car port, the car socket, I would just push that button. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the Starlink first, just to see how much it estimates that it will last. And then I'll go ahead and plug in my MacBook as well. So let me go ahead and grab the Starlink and run it out a little bit. I'm not really concerned about if it gets connectivity or not. All right, so let's plug it in. Oh yeah, it's on. And I think it will show me its estimated life. All right, there we go. It took actually a couple of seconds, maybe 30 seconds for it to kick in. I'm not sure what it was doing. Right now it says 2 days, 1 day and 20 hours, 2 days and 4 hours. That estimate keeps jumping, but so does the wattage, 19 watts. I did a little bit of research on that, and what I think is happening is that the Starlink jumps a lot in power usage, power consumption. And because of that, it makes this estimate, to bring that screen back up, just push this once. It makes this estimate go kind of crazy. What I want to go ahead and do is plug in my MacBook as well. Let's get that going in there. I like that I get that visual feedback. I wish I could get that in the Starlink. I just kind of have to hope that it's working. Still says 2 days and 3 hours. Let's see, that steadies up a little bit. 32 watts, 37. I feel comfortable right now that I could get, for sure, a solid 24 hours with it, which 3 work days, and it's almost close to 48 hours. I'm comfortable that I will get plenty of work time with that. And of course, the MacBook only has to charge, once, maybe twice, and then it does not have to be plugged in anymore. One thing that I did want to show you guys is something that I'm considering doing with the packaging that the Anker came in. This is some of the material that the Anker was packaged in to protect it. And there's actually a bottom piece and a top piece, but I think they're identical. Obviously, it fits perfectly in there. So I think what I'm going to do is, this is hollow. I'm going to set the Anker in here when I travel to give it some protection. There's no vents at the bottom. They're actually on the sides, and I'll talk more about those in just a second. So I was like, there's no reason not to use this. It's I think, perfect for that. I'll probably just put it here on the side somewhere and strap it down. But I haven't seen anybody talk about doing that. Maybe that's because they are sponsored videos and they didn't buy it with their own money and they're not going to actually use them. This is not a sponsored video. I bought that son of a bitch there for $1,300. I'm going to protect it. Let me set it in there so you can see what that looks like. It fits perfectly. All of the connections are still accessible. The vents aren't blocked in any way. Like I said, there's nothing underneath that's being blocked. And even if it was, there's that opening. I think this is awesome. Just a few moments ago, I mentioned the vents on the side. When I first got it in the mail and I plugged it into the wall to charge, after a few minutes, I happened to walk past it and I felt warmth. And I was like, whoa, what is that? And I was like, holy crap, this is the vents. And they put out some noticeably warm air. It does contrast against, inside the house when there's air conditioning. Just something to be aware of. Like if you are somewhere that's already hot and you think this is going to be somewhere close to you, it is going to blow some hot air next to you. But on the plus side, if you are using it somewhere that is cold, you sort of have like a little heater. I don't know that that's actually dangerous what it's putting out, as long as it's ventilated. I guess something to just kind of check on. Like I said earlier, one of the reasons I got a power bank that I knew was more power than I needed just for the Starlink and my computer is because I want to possibly be able to go camping for longer than just 1 day or 2 days while working. If I decide to stretch out to a whole week and I don't have access to power, I need a way to charge this back up. And that's where the other piece comes in. That right there is a 400 watt solar panel that I bought together with the Anker. That's why it cost $1,300. It's not $1,300 just by itself. I think by itself it was just under $1,000. And the $1,300 is including taxes. The reason that it's still in the box is because they actually ship it separately. When I got the packaging for the Anker, it says that accessories might be shipped separately. Actually, split shipment, says it right there. But it also said it on the box that the Anker came in. I'm gonna go ahead and do a quick unboxing of this and hopefully just plug it in. It's already 7:20, so not a whole lot of sunlight. Maybe tomorrow, but I'll just go ahead and do the unboxing now. Helping me with today's unboxing is going to be my favorite knife. This is an SE5. Love this knife. It's so sturdy and feels so good in the hand. Can't wait to start chopping things with it. I got this at Smoky Mountain Knife Works in Sevierville, Tennessee, just near Gatlinburg. So let's cut this box open with a knife that is severely oversized for this job, but that's okay. That's what this whole channel is about, because I could just work from a comfy office as I have for many years. This box is a lot heavier and bigger than I thought it was going to be, especially heavier. I mean, it feels like it weighs about the same as the Anker, which is like 40 pounds. I don't want to wear out the blade on my very fancy knife over there, so I'm going to just use this razor blade here. Well, some of that definitely was packaging. Let's get rid of the outer package. Hey, I'm glad they do that. I'm not complaining. So thank you, Anker, for protecting my investment here. So there's a grab handle here for the panels. Oh wow, yeah, these are heavy. Thumbnail. Somehow I am supposed to be able to stand this up. I think it's upside down. So when it was closed, these snaps, I think, were into each other, and that's why it wasn't coming apart right away. But somehow this is the stand, and you can see in the box that it shows the stand right there. The reason I went ahead and just bought this together was because I think by itself, again, this is the 400 watt, they sell a 200 watt. By itself, this was $500, maybe a little bit over $500. And buying it with the Anker over there, I think it was a little over $3. Go to their website and double check me. I think that's what I recall. All right, let's take a look at what is in this box. Yep, and instructions. So 3 cables. So I got one little guy there. Don't know what that's for. And then 2 these bigger ones. We don't do instructions around here, right? We're men. If we don't know how to do it, we'll figure it out. We're buying you one. All right, guys. Like I said, this is just a quick introduction to the Anker Solix C2000 Gen 2 and the 400 watt solar panel that I purchased along with it. I'm gonna learn more about it and come back to you with another video with some real world results and give you some feedback after I've, spent some time with it. Remember, this is me learning to become an overlander. This stuff takes a ton of space. I still can't believe how big those were. I mean, when they're expanded out, I guess that's a good thing. They need the sun, but even just fold it up, like that's gonna take space right there. My table is usually the first thing I put down there, and then I stack things on top of it. I'm a little concerned, I need to research how durable this is. What can I stack on top of it? That's definitely not something I want to break because it's not cheap. All right, cool. Hey, if you guys got something from this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, do all that stuff. Any comments, any questions you might have, I probably can't answer them just yet, but as I get experience, I will definitely make videos for you. Hey, thank you for being here again, and I will see you guys at the next one. Bye.